Hi, there's something that I wanted to share with you. If you've been seeing this picture about Jesus carrying a lamb, and probably the story that you heard about it is the parable of the lost sheep. Well, actually, there's a reason why the shepherd carries the sheep on over his shoulders for 6 weeks. So when a sheep is lost, a shepherd will tuck away all the rest of the sheep and then find that lost sheep. He will do everything and anything just to find that lost sheep. And once he does, he's going to slightly injure the sheep's leg, like that. So the shepherd has to carry the sheep over his shoulders for 6 weeks until the sheep can recuperate. And in the 6 weeks, even though the sheep is smelly, it's quite hot and it's stinky, and the perspiration is there, he doesn't mind doing that because when the shepherd shouts at the herd and gives instruction, the lost sheep who's on his shoulder would hear his voice and be accustomed to that voice. And therefore, when the sheep gets lost again, all he has to do is find the voice of the shepherd. So this is a very, very good story because sometimes a slight injury is actually a sign or God's way of telling us, hold on, wait. You need to just pause, stop, and reflect a bit and try to find my voice. Try to hear me out. Because oftentimes we only want to be heard, we only want our voices to be heard. Not really seeking His voice, not really seeking His word. And in the end, lalo tayong napapahamak kasi nawawala tayo sa kapabayaan din natin. And that's why the Lord wants to, injure us a bit or give us some problems or trials so that we will seek His voice. We will be accustomed to His voice. The Lord wants us to seek Him all the time, even in our troubles. And napansin niyo ba, every time that we get into trouble, every time there's pain, there's suffering, there's so many people, there's so many voices bombarding in our minds, in our conversation. But there's one thing that we should only listen to, and that's His voice, His word. Because His word, His policies, His rules, His laws are there to protect us, are there to enrich us. So every time something happens that is not, according to what we plan, get into the word and get into meditation and reflect and try to feel and his presence and hear his voice, what he's trying to tell us. Because mamaya, the pain, the suffering, the tribulations that we're going through are actually his way of telling us, wait, stop, hear me out first, and come to me if there's a problem. Come to me if you want a solution. And that's why, have you noticed that a lot of Christians, even with great problems that they're going through, they still have that peace in their hearts simply because they listen to His voice. A troubled Christian means that you lack getting into His Word, reading His Word. So I encourage you to get your Bibles every day and just try to meditate at least 10 to 15 minutes or even 30 minutes a day. And I am telling you, you will always find that peace that you have been looking for. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.